Welcome to your weekly tarot reading check-in for September 15th to the 21st. Whether you are new or are a longtime subscriber, thank you for joining the DogStar pack. In this video, you will be choosing the reading that is destined for you based on your zodiac sign or on your intuitive guidance. Each reading is time-stamped below, so once you have selected your reading, go ahead and jump right to it. I'm Heather Ellis, and here on my channel I combine the traditional tarot meanings with intuitive insight. So whether you are here for monthly and weekly forecasts or to learn more about tarot, my goal is to support you in living with more purpose and self-trust. If you want to learn tarot, check out my Tarot Talk series where I break down one card each week in a simple bite-sized way. You'll find the link to the playlist below in the description. Finally, if you find value in today's video or you simply enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share, and be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. It tells me what kind of content you want more of. Now let's dive into the cards and see what the week ahead has in store for each zodiac sign. So in front of you are 4 different piles. For a complete picture of the weekly energy, you want to select piles for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. There are 3 ways to choose your reading here. The first way is the pile number 1 is going to be for your sun sign. Pile number 2 is for your moon sign. Pile number 3 is for your rising sign. And pile number 4 will be if you don't know your moon sign or your rising sign. Most people know their sun sign, so I'm going to assume you know your sun sign. Then this would be for your moon and rising sign, pile number 4. Now, the other way you can choose your pile is based on your intuitive guidance, and you would be, which pile are you intuitively drawn to? The one with the heart and wings charm, the one with the sun charm, the one with the sailboat charm, or the one with the bucket charm? Finally, the final way that you can choose is pile number 1 is for our fire signs. So these are for our Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and that would be for your sun, moon, and rising sign in a fire sign. The second pile would be for our earth sign. So if your sun, moon, and or rising sign is in an earth sign, so Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Pile number 3 is for our air sign, so Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if your sun, moon, or rising sign is in an air sign, pile number 3 is for you. And then finally, pile number 4 is going to be for our water babies. So this is if your sun, moon, or rising sign is in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So just take a moment and then jump to the timestamps below and check out your reading. For those of you who selected pile number 1, here we go. So I'm just going to set the rune and the charm up here just for a moment, and we're going to start with the tarot cards and then we'll look at the oracle cards. Okay, so this week, your energy, okay, you have a doozy here. You've got the Tower card, followed by the 7 of Swords and the King of Cups. I'm just checking my camera to make sure that the cards are in the picture. Okay, so what I'm seeing for you is there's going to be some very unexpected news or surprises coming in for you. And what are they related to? They are related to your relationships, like someone around you. With the 7 of Swords energy, you're feeling betrayed, you're feeling let down. There could be someone that's talking trash about you, that kind of an energy, or even actually stealing from you, or they're just stealing your trust, right? Keeping secrets from you. But this is the shocking and surprising news that's coming in here with these 2 cards here, is that it's about someone that you're close to. It can be a really close relationship or just someone that's a little bit more of a superficial friendship. It could be a coworker, colleague. The area of life that it's going to be in, this person is going to show up in, is going to be different for each of you. You will know how it resonates for you. But again, this week you're going to be finding out some information, and it's going to be shocking and surprising. You didn't see it coming from this person, and this person has betrayed you in some kind of way. So in some cases, they could actually be stealing something from you. It could be money, but it could be also like ideas, credit for something, especially if it's in the workplace. So that will play out differently for each of you. But you have the King of Cups here. I do like this energy because this is telling me that even though this is a very unexpected, shocking surprise, and it's not positive, it doesn't give you the warm and fuzzies, You are handling it very maturely, very emotionally mature. You have the emotional maturity here in how you're dealing with it. You're dealing with it in a very compassionate kind of way. You're dealing with it in a very empathetic kind of way. So it's not that I'm saying that you're going to, embrace the person with open arms and suddenly forgive them for all their transgressions. It's not about that, but you're just handling it in a way where you're not seeking revenge. You're not going to turn around if someone is talking poorly about you, you're not going to turn around and start gossiping about them. You're going to handle it in a very mature, grown up, compassionate kind of way. But I also see that you're going to be setting those emotional boundaries there with that king, because kings are they're masters of the energy of their suit, and cups energy is our emotions, it's our intuition, and it's our connections with others. So being a king of cups, kings are also the authoritarian. They set rules, they set boundaries, right? They create the structure for their kingdom. So this is how you are approaching the situation as the king of cups. Okay, so I really like this energy for you. So that's the big things that are going on for you this week. I'm going to now look at your oracle cards, and you have the Hawk Prince, which is spirit communication and paying attention. So yeah, when you are getting those little intuitive insights from spirit saying like, hey, whoa, something's not right with this person, listen to it and pay attention. Pay attention to those gut feelings. Pay attention to your own intuition and your own emotions. If someone, is saying things to you to your face, but something is off about it, and you're feeling like, the words are not quite matching up what I'm feeling, trust that intuition. Okay, you're dead on this week with that. Now, in your this is a romance angel oracle card, and this is about your relationships. You have deception, of course you do. So this is saying that someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship or in your relationships. So again, type of relationship is going to be different for each of you. Some of it could be your personal relationships, friendships, family. It can be about your coworker, colleagues, a boss. It can even be customers if you're in that kind of a business, or partnerships if you do business with a partner. So it can play out so many different ways here. But again, someone is wearing a false mask, so watch that. Now, when we get into your rune, you have this is Ing. And this is saying inner strength. I'm just going to hold it up to the camera. Okay, so there's Ing. And this is saying inner strength, that, yeah, and part of that King of Cups energy is having that inner strength, right? To not overreact, not to, try and get tit for tat and get revenge on a person, but to handle the situation with diplomacy and calmness and looking at it in a rational kind of way, but also, again, being able to set those boundaries and not letting other people cross them going forward. And then finally, we are going to wrap it up with your charm. And your charm is, this was the charm that you selected. It was the heart with wings. And it says, follow your heart. So, and I'm really getting with following your heart. It's not just about doing what, you want to do, but also it's trusting that intuition and again, approaching life with empathy and compassion, right? And so that is what I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed this reading. For those of you who selected pile number 2, this one here is for you. So this is the pile that had the sun charm. And I'm just going to set the charm and the rune up here. We're going to start with the tarot cards, and then we're going to dive into the oracle cards. Okay, so for you, I have the 3 of Wands. I'm just making sure that they're in the camera up there. We have the moon. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so interesting week for you. The 3 of Wands, it can mean a couple of things. One of the things it can mean is travel, but with the moon here and the Ace of Swords, I see for most of you, some of it could be actually traveling, whether or not you're traveling abroad or traveling locally. But for many of you, I feel like this is a travel inward, okay, for many of you. But some of you, it's going to play out the other way. But what I'm seeing here is like you're looking at what do you want to do next? What is your next adventure? What is it? How are you finding yourself? I feel like this is a travel for the purpose of your soul, of your spirit, and of just finding what it is that you're passionate about and what it is that you want to actually do, whether or not that is in your career or just your passions and hobbies, whatever that is. But it feels like it's like travel and doing something in movement to find something, to seek adventure, to seek something that's going to make you feel happy and feel alive again. And that's why I feel for many of you, this is about an inner journey, because then we also have the moon. And the moon is about the hidden. So, what is hidden within you? What passions are hidden inside of you? What hidden talents are inside of you? And it's bringing those things to light, but it's also about your intuition and connecting with your intuition and trusting that. So, it's like, again, this inward journey and trusting your intuition and using that to find your way and navigate through this journey. So again, some of you, this is going to be that inner reflection, inner journey, and finding your personal truth and your personal passions. But for others of you, you could actually be seeking it outside yourself. You could be going, and when I say travel, it doesn't even have to mean that you're going off to far off lands and shores. This can just be you're going to new experiences. You're traveling to new experiences. So perhaps you're signing up for this class on a weekend where you're going to be, doing pottery and using a pottery wheel, or maybe you're going on some kind of wine tour, or like just going hiking. It can be as simple as that, but it's finding the things that excite you and you're passionate about. And I think with the moon there, it's letting your intuition decide which things you're going to sign up for, or how you're going to travel, where you're going to travel, rather than planning it and having an itinerary that you have to follow strictly. You're letting your intuition guide you there. And that is what you're going to get, how you're going to get the most out of that in finding what you're seeking here. Because you also have the Ace of Swords. So this is clarity. This is that wisdom, that information that comes in. So whatever it is that you're seeking, I have no doubt that you're going to find it. And I think you're going to be finding and learning a lot about yourself that you didn't realize. This is I feel like this is a very soul-searching week for you, for those of you who picked this reading. Now we're going to get into your oracle cards, and you have the Queen of Light, and this is illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. And part of that celebration is that clarity at the end of the week that we have, celebrating that, celebrating this epiphany, this idea, this insight that you gain by the end of the week. So I really like this for you. And then our Romance Angel Oracle card, which is about our relationships and connections with others, is freeing yourself. So it's time to take back control of your life. So this is about one of the things you're reflecting on this week is, where have you given away your power? Where are you perhaps maybe letting others decide what you're going to do, where you're going to go, like classes you're going to sign up for, what your hobby should be, what your passion should be, and taking back control of that and deciding for yourself, and perhaps even going it alone, right? And just discovering that, going on this journey of self-discovery by yourself. And you're going to be finding that's what's coming up this week, and that's the best way to get the most out of this. Now, for your rune, I'm just going to hold this up to the camera here, so I hope that you can see that and there's not too much light shining on that. So this rune here is, this is Ansur. And Ansur it's leadership, but it's also truth and wisdom. So finding that truth, when Ansur shows up, this brings a message of insight. So it really aligns well with this message and what's coming in for you. And that seems to be your path this week. Now, our sun charm that we had on the back side, we have gratitude. And I really feel like by the end of the week, you're going to really be feeling this overwhelming sense of gratitude for yourself, and appreciation for yourself and where you are, where you've been on your journey in life. So those are the messages that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed them, and take care. And for those of you who selected pile or reading number 3, this one is for you. So those are those of you who had this sailboat charm. So I'm just going to set the rune and the sailboat up here, and we're going to start with the tarot cards and then look at the oracle cards. So for you, we have the Ace of Wands. I'm just checking to make sure the cards are in the camera. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. It's a nice, powerful card. And then we have the High Priestess. Okay, so for many of you, this is going to be about career, money making, and your passion projects. So with this Ace of Wands, I'm really feeling like, so some of you, this can reflect in the area of your career and wealth. And it's a new project at work that you are assigned or given, or it could even be a promotion, or it could be even a new job opportunity, being an ace, but it would be one that you are really feeling connected to. You get to tap into your creativity and your creative side and really be expressive that way. But for most of you, I'm feeling like this is more a hobby, passion project, just doing something, a new opportunity to do something that you are really excited about and you just love. Like, this is, oh my God, this is fantastic. I did not even realize I enjoyed this. It's that kind of an energy of what's coming in for you. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles here, though, this is indicating that whatever this is has this opportunity. One, it has the opportunity to really ground and center you with this Queen of Pentacles. But the other energy it has is like you're using this in a very practical kind of way. So for some of you, you could even find that you have an opportunity to make a bit of money from it, or it is something that whatever you're making and creating, it has a practical component for your life. So here's an example. Let's say you get into suddenly homesteading, right? And you've decided that you're going to make your own butter and your own cheese and your own yogurt, right? These are things that have practical uses. You can use it to feed your family, right? Others of you, maybe you've decided you don't want all the chemicals that are in soaps anymore. So you get into soap and candle making and making your own shampoos and deodorants, and you start on that path and journey. One, it's going to save some of your money. So that's that frugality of that Queen of Pentacles, but also that practical nurturing side where you're using this to care for yourself and better your life and your health and that of the people you care about when you make these products, right? Because they don't have all those chemicals and all those carcinogens and things like that inside of them. So this is how it can play out for some of you. It doesn't have to be those kinds of things. Those are just examples. But there is this practical, useful element to whatever it is that you're creating for those of you that it's not about your work and career and about adding income for you. Now, you also have the High Priestess here. So, this is something that it's really connecting to the soul purpose. There's this divine guidance and inner wisdom that is coming through that is guiding you in this. It's like when you are doing this, whatever this creative project is for you, when you're doing this, you're almost zoning out. You're in that creative zone that is divinely guided. So this is really nice. I really feel like you're connecting to this sense of higher purpose, higher self. So beautiful energy coming in for you this week. Now I'm going to look at oracle cards, and you have the Eagle King. So this is the big picture and angelic help. And yeah, I really feel like whatever this passion is, whatever it is that you're doing, this does have this element of like divine connection for you. And so for some of you, this might not be practical in the physical world like soaps, right? This could even be a writing project, like something like that. And if you are doing a writing project that is sharing a personal story, some wounds or how you handled something or in a very creative way, and you end up sharing that with other people, that can help with healing for other people too. And so that's how you can see that this could have a practical value in life and in other people's lives as well. And then this is our Romance Angel Oracle card, and you have Love Yourself First. So your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, or just even makes you more attractive, right? When you have that self-respect, that just draws people to you. So I think part of this is it's not even self-respect, but I also feel like there's a self-confidence element here that's associated with this Ace of Wands. And when that happens, and when you are connected to the divine and you're getting those downloads and you're channeling that energy out into your creative projects, people are drawn to that, right? It's like a moth to a flame. You just, because you just exude this kind of energy that just people can't help but notice it and be drawn to it, right? So that's what you're connecting with this week. So please comment below. I'd love to hear what's happening. What is this creative talent that you're tapping into this week? And now we're going to look at the runes, and you have Feo. So I'm just going to hold this up like that. I'm hoping that the glare isn't on it and you can see it. Okay, so Feo here, this is a rune that brings wealth and prosperity, but it's also brings it's it can bring yeah, wealth, prosperity, property, but it gives you power over your own purpose and environment and destiny, and that's what that brings in for you. So I would just really see you just again really channeling that divine and just being in control of what it is that you're creating and doing, but in a good positive kind of way. And now our sailboat charm here on the reverse side, it says smooth sailing. Okay, so yeah, once you are connected to this divine energy and channeling that in a creative kind of way, it just flows. It just completely flows. It's like, and then time seems to stand still, right? Like you can be doing something and it feels like you've only been doing it for a few minutes. Then you find out a few hours have passed. You see this a lot with musicians and things like that when they're doing concerts and they're in that zone, in that moment, and you can just see like they're almost like completely unaware of what's going on around them. That's the kind of creative energy that you are tapping into this week. So again, comment below. I'd love to hear all about this. So that is what I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Take care. And for those of you who selected pile number 4 or reading number 4, this one is for you. So you chose the one with the bucket charm. So here is our bucket charm. And I hope you weren't looking at that thinking it was bucket list, because that is not what it means, but we will get into that. I'm just going to set the rune aside there and the bucket right there. And I'm going to look at the tarot cards first and then get into the oracle cards, and then we'll look at the charm and the rune. Okay, so for you, now you have the Seven of Wands, you have the Ten of Swords, and then you have the Fool. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a challenging week for you. I'm just making sure that the cards are in the camera up there and there's no glare. So a bit of a challenging week for you because you start out with the Seven of Wands here, and this is about defending yourself. So defending your beliefs, defending what it is that you're doing. But there's going to be people coming at you, challenging you. Challenging either what it is you're doing, what it is you believe in, or your ideas about something and about how to do something. So this can be in your personal life, in your personal relationships, or this can be in your work environment. It's going to resonate differently for each of you. Please comment below. I'd love to hear which area of life this is playing out for you. But this is like you've got your back up against the wall and you're defending yourself, and stay true to you. That is the one thing I can say with the Seven of Wands, and that's what I want you to really pay attention to, is stand your ground, okay? Don't let yourself be bulldozed by anyone, okay? You might even find that this is costing some relationships with others because you do have this Five of Swords energy here. I might have said Ten of Swords in the beginning, but I meant Five of Swords. If I did, sorry about that. So you have this Five of Swords energy, but this does indicate victory, that you are victorious and standing your ground, but it's going to come at a cost and a price. And oftentimes we find that it's about people around us that we lose those relationships. So whether or not it's someone that's super close to you, or it could be like a coworker, colleague, or just a superficial friend, that, you know, your energies just don't mesh and match anymore, and the person kind of goes their separate ways, or you just cannot come to a compromise, and that's it, and that relationship kind of fizzles out and fades out. But that's not a bad thing. I'm really not seeing this as a bad thing, because then by the end of the week you have the Fool here. So brand new energy, brand new start, brand new beginning. So I feel like what it is that you're standing your ground to, what you're protecting yourself from, is something that you want to do. So whether or not this is in your personal life and this is a passion project, or just something you've always wanted to do or something like that, and you're being told no you can't, no you can't, and whether or not this is at work, maybe this is about going for a promotion, or talking about a career change. Again, it's going to resonate differently for each of you, but by the end of the week you've stood your ground, and try not to burn the bridges, but you might be burning that bridge. You might have to, and sometimes we have to burn the bridge, and this might be one of those times, because you even see in this particular card and Fool card, you've got the sun shining, like this is the dawn of a new day. This is exciting, new opportunity, new beginning for you. And it's going to be very positive for you with that sun shining there, that it's something that, don't pass it up. This is a good thing for you. Other people might not want you to do it, but this is good for you. And intuitively, that this is good for you. So trust yourself and trust your own judgment. So now we're going to get into the Oracle cards, and you have the Arrow Master. And the Arrow Master is hitting the mark. It's also about intention and detachment. So some of this is that with this Five of Swords here and then the Fool, this might be some of that detachment and letting go of bonds with other people. And I do feel like some of you, it might not be people, it could just be other things, like letting go of an outdated way of doing something. If we're talking about career, it could be letting go of a job, right? Or let's say you're doing two jobs and you cannot continue to maintain that. It's letting go of one of them so you can focus on the other one. So, but it's detaching from that, emotionally detaching from that, so you can let it go and let it be, and be at peace with that, right? And then this is your this is an Romance Angel Oracle card. So it's usually about our relationships. But you have retreat here, so it's time to disconnect from the world. Yeah, and I don't really think that you have to go into hermit mode. It's more about, like, just, again, that detachment, right? And pulling yourself back in a way that, this is the time for you to focus on you and stop worrying so much about what other people think and their opinions, because ultimately you know what's right for you. And that's what this week is really about. So now we're going to look at your rune, and you have Bjork here. So this represents its rebirth or birth. It's new beginnings, is what we get with Bjork. I'm going to just hold it up so hopefully you can see that and there's not too much glare. Okay, so again, this indicates regenerative powers, or this is or like a new beginning coming in for you, and personal growth, an opportunity for personal growth. And I really think that that's what's coming in for you. Now we're going to get to our charm. So again, this isn't the bucket list, our to-do bucket list. This is, I'm not sure if you can read that or not. I will read it for you. This is the fuck it bucket, okay? So this, again, you may have to burn that bridge this week. So if it is not resonating with you, or it's not something that you are really all feeling like you're all in, or something that you really want to do, and you feeling like you're being pushed into it, stand your ground, defend yourself, and, think of that fuck it bucket and just, no, too bad. This is what I'm doing. This is my decision. And if you don't like it, that's too bad. There's the door kind of energy, right? Because there's something good, some new chapter, new beginning for you coming in and trying to come in, but you have to embrace it, right? And not be afraid to embrace it. So that is what I have for you this week. And I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I will see you next week. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you found value in this week's video. If you enjoyed the reading, found it informative, fun, or both, please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you are notified when the next weekly reading comes out, as well as the monthly readings, and as well as the Tarot Talk series. Have a fantastic week and take care.